Hello guys,
welcome back to our YouTube reaction channel.
Reaction
So guys, we back with another reaction video.
दोस्तों और एक आज एक कुछ धमाकेदार वीडियो के साथ रिएक्ट करने वाला है, स्पेशली क्योंकि ये ट्रैवलिंग वीडियो है. So from 10 best places visiting in श्रीलंका. So ये वीडियो का आज रिएक्ट करने वाला है और साथ में हम फ्यूचर में भी प्लान करने वाला है कि श्रीलंका में कोई प्लेस को आना है तो कैसा है प्लेसेस यहाँ का देखेंगे.
तो बारे में देख के इतना श्रीलंका के बारे में भी
तो
एक विषय एक बार जाना है.
न्यू वीडियो. सो और कुछ कैसा है प्लेसेस पता नहीं हम लोग को. सो वी आर गोइंग टू बी रिएक्ट फर्स्ट टाइम अवर श्रीलंकन प्लेसेस तो देखेंगे. सो चैनल में नए हो तो जल्दी से सब्सक्राइब कर लो और बेल आइकन को प्रेस कर लो और इंस्टा पे भी फॉलो कर सकते हो आप और नोटिफिकेशन मिल जाएगा आपको प्रेस बेल आइकन प्रेस करने से. तो शुरू कर लेते हैं. टूरोपिया इन प्रेजेंट्स लाइक टूरिस्ट प्लेस आई थिंक ना
श्रीलंका में हर जगह बीच रहेगा राइट. चारों तरफ पानी है. हाँ.
Sri Lanka may be a small island in the Indian Ocean, but that's the only thing small about it. The country, formerly known as Ceylon, boasts an ancient civilization, golden sandy beaches with their swaying coconut palms, mountains, and tea plantations. While visiting the island, you'll see colonial architecture from the days when the Portuguese, Dutch, and English ruled. You'll also see lots of elephants, some of which participate in local festivals. And, if you're lucky, perhaps a leopard or two at a wildlife sanctuary. Here's a look at the best places to visit in Sri Lanka. Number 10, Hikkaduwa. The small seaside city of Hikkaduwa is north of Galle, along the southwest coast of Sri Lanka. Well trodden by tourists who are looking for a slice of sand and a chilled out time, the town is packed full of cheap guest houses, tourist shops, and many cafes and restaurants. It may have lost a little of its beauty since the tourists started arriving here in the 1970s, but if you want to spend a few days near the sea, this might be the spot for you.
अच्छा प्रिजर्व किया लेकिन बहुत it's a Goa of India.
I don't like that much beach, so I like only falls and like adventure thing.
Okay. वो समंदर में फिशिंग भी रहेगा तो फिशिंग इम्पोर्टेंट ऑक्यूपेशन रहेगा. Like our native.
They have red auto rickshaws.
Oh okay.
That color combination.
Market है.
Market है.
Everywhere people will make same.
But they are showing
video capture बहुत अच्छा से आपसे capture किया है.
Number 9, Yala. Located in a beautiful setting with forest-covered hills, sweeping valleys, and a picturesque tea plantation, Yala is a lovely place to spend time. The journey by rail to Yala from Kandy is an iconic one. It will take you chugging along in a colorful carriage up through the lush, verdant hills. Yala itself may be small, but if you enjoy hiking or just relaxing in the peace and quiet of nature, it's definitely well worth your time. Make sure to hike to some of the nearby waterfalls and temples, as well as to the top of Yala Rock for incredible views.
wow, tea estate.
वहाँ पे पंछी है, लुंगी है, लुंगी पंछी है. Nice. Tea estate
Like has like
bungalows,
tapilions also. Falls. Beautiful location and all. That railway track and this falls best combination ever. And foreigners are going. No, this is foreigners also where they will. Wow, nice. Top field.
Number 8, Anuradhapura. Anuradhapura is an ancient sacred city that was established around a cutting from Buddha's fig tree, Dating back to the 3rd century BC, Anuradhapura was established by the founder of an order of Buddhist nuns. This magnificent city of palaces, temples, and monuments flourished for 1,300 years, but was abandoned after it was invaded in the late 10th century. Much like Peru's Machu Picchu, locals were aware of it, but not many others until it was discovered by Europeans many centuries later. These fantastic ruins have since been excavated and are accessible for the public to enjoy. Number 7. Colombo. Colombo has been the commercial capital of Sri Lanka for more than 2,000 years, when its large natural harbor made it popular with ancient trades from Italy to China. It's often referred to as the country's capital, though the legislative capital is located in a nearby city. Ruled over by first Portuguese and then British colonists, Colombo is a popular tourist destination. The city seamlessly mixes modern malls and skyscrapers with beautiful colonial buildings. A range of architectural styles can be found in the city, with the Muguran Hindu temple being one of the best.
Advertise just 5 seconds. Colombo, मतलब वो क्रिकेट स्टेडियम था ना ब्रो, वहाँ पे पता है? Washington. Okay,
High Court.
High Court.
High Court of Sri Lanka. Oh, wow, beautiful. It's our they try to. What's this? What beautiful, bro. Wow.
Colombo, this
Architecture.
Number 6. Yala National Park. Yala National Park is a wildlife sanctuary about 150 miles from Colombo. It has the highest density of leopards in the world, so chances of seeing them are very high. Although leopards are the main attraction here, they are followed closely by elephants, sloth bears, and crocodiles. The park is divided into 5 blocks, some of which were zoned for hunters until Yala became a national park in 1938. Ensure you make time to visit the very informative visitor center at the entrance of the park for insightful displays about the area.
This leopard in the world in that area. Wow. सबसे ज़्यादा चीता.
वैसे तो बहुत डेंजर है ना.
हाँ.
ये गोरी है ना. गोई.
Number 5. Mirissa. If you're looking to holiday in a tropical paradise, Mirissa just might be the answer to your dreams. Swaying coconut palms, beautiful golden sand beaches, days spent rocking away in a hammock. It doesn't get much better than this. This crescent-shaped piece of paradise is famous for having the most stunning sunsets and sunrises in Sri Lanka. There are no luxury resorts to mar the landscape, so it's just you and the beach during the day. The pace picks up at night. Mirissa is the largest fishing port on the south coast and is a good place to go dolphin and whale watching.
Okay. So, foreigners should go there, no?
Already I think.
As nearest transporting and there. So every foreigners will be traveling boat, I think, no?
Number 4. Polonnaruwa. The second oldest kingdom in Sri Lanka, Polonnaruwa is known for the ruins of this ancient garden city. The 12th century ruins are some of the best preserved in the country. Polonnaruwa was a place where traders of exotic goods mingled with worshippers in the many temples. Start your tour at the Archaeological Museum, then proceed to the massive royal palace with its well-preserved audience hall. The stunningly decorated sacred quadrangle is another must-see here.
अभी कैसे बन गया है? मुझे लगता है वार मार हो गया होगा.
लेकिन फिर भी मेंटेन है ना इतना.
लाइक उसी जमाना का स्टोन्स एंड अभी क्या हम लोग देखो कैसे टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं था यार. देखो स्ट्रक्चर एंड ऑल जमाने में वही बोल रहे ना अभी इतना.
Number 3. Kandy, the second largest city in Sri Lanka, is the gateway to the Central Highlands and its tropical plantations that grow both tea and rubber. If you're driving from Colombo, you'll pass by rubber plantations on a road that is considered one of the country's most scenic. The last capital of the ancient kingdoms, Kandy is home to the Temple of the Tooth Relic, one of the most sacred Buddhist temples in the world. A major, colorful festival involves taking the tooth relic around the city. Movie buffs may be interested to know Kandy was a chief location in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
जो डेमोग्राफी है जो अच्छी तरह से बना है वाओ दशहरा
ओ दशहरा
नहीं ऐसा ही
we are celebrate here like that
ये ट्रेडिशंस रहता है ना वो
yeah, we also do this in Sivaratri.
Okay. Now here.
Number 2. Galle. Galle's most famous attraction is its 17th century fort built by Dutch colonists. Sitting on a promontory overlooking the Indian Ocean, the fort is known for its architectural style. Galle is considered a prime example of a fortified city. The fortress is not just another pretty place, however. Today, it houses courts and businesses. Galle is becoming known as an arts colony and its expat community. Other top sites include a natural harbor, Sri Lanka's oldest lighthouse, a maritime museum, a key Shiva temple, and the Jesuit-built St. Mary's Cathedral.
Leaving 50-60% similarity in its locations like India and everything. All this stone structure, like British rule, no here and there. That's why difference. Circle रहेगा. So this is most of clean.
Number 1. Sigiriya. Wannabe archaeologists need to put Sigiriya on their list of must-see places in Sri Lanka. This ancient city is built on a steep slope, topped by a plateau almost 600 feet high. This plateau is known as Lion's Rock, and it oversees the jungles below. The ancient rock fortress dates back to the 3rd century BC, when it was a monastery. It was later turned into a royal residence. Access to the site is through staircases and rooms emanating from the lion's mouth. You'll also see ponds, gardens, and fountains. Locals consider the site the 8th wonder of the world.
डिटेल से बता सकता था.
ब्यूटीफुल वीडियो.
व्हाट अ ब्यूटीफुल वीडियो एंड ऑल न्यू प्लेसेस देखा पहले टाइम श्रीलंका का कुछ नया प्लेसेस को आज रिकॉग्नाइज किया और वहाँ का कल्चर एंड वहाँ का
दिस वन दे कवर्ड एवरीथिंग. लाइफस्टाइल कवर किया, बीचेस कवर किया, ट्रेडिशनल कवर किया, जो इम्पोर्टेंट हिस्टोरिक प्लेसेस है ना वो भी अच्छे से कवर कर दिया। लेकिन वन थिंग ब्रो, ये स्मॉल कंट्री है ना, उसका ये मतलब इट डजंट मैटर आई थिंक ब्यूटी ऑफ कोलंबो,
इट्स लाइक ए हेवी डेवलप्ड कंट्री लगता है वो देखेगा तो।
वो देखकर ये होगा मतलब
अमेजिंग
ब्यूटीफुल कंट्री। अगर देखते हैं, अगर प्लान करते हैं, अगर हो सकता है तो ये रेंट तक प्लान करेंगे, एक बार विजिट करेंगे।
वीडियो बड़ा हो गया आपको और मिलता है ऐसा कोई वीडियो, आपको अच्छा लगा तो और करेंगे ऐसा वीडियो बड़ा वाला। सो मिलता है अगले वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए बाय।